He's really made me feel his presence kasi mga bagay na hindi ko pinangarap nangyari, magaganda. Talagang na-manifest that he is there.
Mula sa pagiging pribadong empleyado ng 35 years sa larangan ng community development, environment at human resources, sumabak si Esperanza Cesan Castro Lee sa politika. Una-muna bilang kagawad at ngayon ay bilang kapitana sa kanilang barangay. Sa posisyon ito, natural niyang naipamalas ang likas niyang pagkamatulungin, sipag sa trabaho at kagustuhan na mapabuti ang buhay ng iba. Her interesting story of serendipity, faith, passion for service, and more will truly inspire us all. Kaya naman, kilalanin po natin ang ating kakaibang Barangay Kapitana. Hi, Kapitana Cesan. Welcome to Kakaiba Ka.
Thank you for this opportunity to share my story with you.
Kayo po pala ay nag-work ng ilang taon before sa mga NGO o non-government organization. So, kumbaga kayo po talaga ay exposed sa development work. But then again, yung development work, hindi kasi siya yung pangkaraniwang klase ng trabaho. What drives you, Kap Cesan? At saka, saan po nanggagaling yung passion ninyo para gawin po yung developmental work ninyo?
I've always liked to take care of people. My first job was with a retail company, and I realized early on that I was not that very happy. But when I joined the NGO, I was going up the mountains, working with indigenous peoples, lepers, fishermen. Mas masaya ako. So, dun ko na-realize na mas gusto ko pala to be making things happen for people in whatever capacity I can.
So, Kapitana, ito po bang passion ninyo na magsilbi? Is this something na masasabi niyo pong calling ninyo kahit noon pa?
Now, in hindsight, yes. Even being a kapitana, it was something that God has planned for me. Even the place where I live, yung house namin ngayon, parang nakaplano na sa Diyos na magiging kapitan ako dito sa barangay namin 6 decades after I moved in. Calling siya para sa akin kasi there's fulfillment, and I found it, and there's fulfillment in it.
Relating po yung trabaho ninyo dati sa position po ninyo ngayon as barangay captain po, masasabi niyo po ba na parang hinanda kayo para maging kapitana nung inyong mga dating naging trabaho?
So, ang dami ko mga naranasan, natutunan, not just pati yung discipline, systems, even the laws, yung mga batas. Yan. So, nung naging kapitan ako dito, parang it all melded together. Tapos, ang bilis na kakagawa ng decision kasi parang it's a little corporation that I have to take care of, that I have to manage, and then have to attend to the day-to-day operation. So, hindi matagal ang decision making. Mas malawak yung pananaw. Tingin ko mas malawak yung pananaw ko before I make any decision. So, yes, my 40 years of work experience before has helped me perform my job as a kapitan now.
So, on your 5th year po ngayon as a barangay captain, how are you loving your work so far po, Kap Cesan? Share niyo naman po sa amin yung mga kakaibang projects or program na nagawa na po ninyo sa inyong barangay.
I am happy that I was the kapitan of our barangay when COVID-19 came. Kasi mabilis kaming nakakilos. As soon as Duterte announced the lockdown, dalawang una kong utos agad nun Dalawang instructions agad. One, play OPM music in our park. Switch on the lights at night, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It was my way of addressing mental health kasi everybody was scared. People cannot go out. So yun, play OPM music with the lights at the park switch on every night. And then the second one was set up our palengke, our community market. It's not the community pantry, palengke, where people can buy food. Kasi nung sinabing lockdown, naisip ko agad doon, magkakaproblema nito kung saan kukuha ng pagkain. So we were able to source 16 nag-announce ng lockdown si Duterte, 18 na morning, March 18 morning, we already had our palengke in our covered courts. We were able to tap suppliers who would deliver to restaurants, and the restaurants were closed then, so they had nowhere to deliver their meat, their vegetables, their fruits, their chicken, their fish too. Kaya dito nila dinala sa amin, and then after the big companies, sila Procter & Gamble, sila Kenny Rogers, sila San Miguel, lahat nagbabaan na dito sa amin because they were also trying to sell their goods. So, very busy yung aming palengke. That was every Wednesday and Saturday. And then also for the pandemic, everybody cannot go out. People cannot go out. People are scared to go to the hospitals to see the doctor. So, ang ginawa namin, may space kami that was tambakan lamang. So, we had it enclosed with glass windows, and then installed an old aircon, put tables, had a bed, and converted into a health center. People had doctors to go to safely here within our barangay without fear of getting COVID-19 in hospitals. I remember this was, ngayon madali na pero this was in 2020 na takot pa lahat ng tao. In Quezon City, I think we are out of 142 barangays, we are one of the top 5 lowest, or even lower pa nga lowest COVID-19 cases, and we are only one of the 3 with 0 death. So wala kaming namatay sa COVID dito because you were able to one, attend to the needs right away of residents. And one of the things that we're also very proud of is that when we started with COVID, we had an ambulance pero we were not really operating it. Tsaka natatakot yung mga staff, like whenever I send them out to transport a positive patient, parang my heart was in my throat kasi I felt for my staff na they were parang napipilitan, they were forced to get on the ambulance and deal with positive patients, wala pang bakunan. So, nagkaroon ng lull. So, March on, I think October, bumaba na konti, sinarado ko yung barangay, and then I had everyone trained as first responders. Yung first responders training course sila sa Quezon City, dito ginawa sa barangay namin. So, ngayon, 70 to 80% of our staff are trained first responders. So, be it our secretary, our treasurer, our clerk, our tanod, our street sweeper, even our street sweeper, pag kailangan ng emergency, they'll just put down the whatever it is that they're carrying. Noon, suot agad ng PPE. Magre-respond din sila.
Ang galing naman, Kap. I mean, ang daming kakaibang nangyari pala sa'yo, no? On your first term as a barangay captain. Kasi, syempre, napunta ka rin sa isang kakaibang sitwasyon, which is the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
I don't think maraming mga barangay captain ang nakaisip agad ng mental health ng mga tao, diba? Yun agad yung putok sa utak mo. At kakaiba yung naisip mo na mag-play ng OPM. Like, diba? Sa gabi at saka yung pag-light ng mga ilaw sa park. Ang galing Kap. Kakaiba ka talaga. Bagay na bagay ka dito. Sa kakaiba ka.
Thank you. I know I did not do it all by myself. Aside from my staff, parati rin ang dasal namin. And ayun nga, sinasabi na parati na several times a day we say, thank you Lord. Kasi parang we do not know how, you do not know what will come your way every day. Tapos, so you cannot prepare for it.
Yeah.
But when it happens, and then somehow you get through it, thank you Lord.
Kadalasang impression po dito sa atin sa Pinas, no? ang pagpasok sa politika or yung public service is very prone to temptation, 'di ba? Hindi naman po yan ligid sa kaalaman ng karamihan. So, what's your take on that? And paano niyo po pinatunayan na kayang maging corruption-free in governance?
I was two-term kagawad, so I knew that some of these things happen. But I do not blame these other barangays kasi ganun yung sistema. You cannot fight the system by yourself. Anyway, if we win, we do not get any single centavo. What we will only get is our rightful honoraria kasi we're just paid honoraria and it's not really much. But nothing under the table, nothing, not a single centavo will be taken from the barangay. Kasi aside from yung parang it being bad, naaawa na ako sa barangay namin kasi our barangay is one of the smallest in land area, population, and budget in Quezon City. So, inisip ko, kung ang liit ng budget ng barangay, tapos pag-iinteresan pa, ano pang mapupunta sa tao? Yun. So, we started with that agreement. Actually now, I can sense the pride in our staff when they say na hindi lahat sa amin may resibo, walang nawawala. Para bang pumapatol kami sa mga contest para lang we'll have extra money for the staff so that we can eat out or go out. Because we know we cannot touch the barangay funds for us to have gimmick for outings. We cannot. Kasi yung pera na mag-receive for health, for disaster, for children, for women, for senior citizens, that's all well defined. So, siyempre, the staff are all paid below minimum wage. So, yung konti ko sweldo sa kanila, ang kinakarir namin mga contest. And then, we use the prize money for that. So, they take pride in knowing that the barangay is clean, literally and figuratively. Everything is documented, submitted to the city accounting, and submitted to the Commission on Audit. So far, we are on our 5th year, and we've had no major findings.
So, Kap Cesar, why such honesty? Bakit po ganun na lang po kayo ka-strict when it comes to honesty? Meron ba kayong parang kinatatakutan kung sakaling may gawin po kayo na hindi maganda?
Siyempre, unang-una, tatakot ako to go to hell. Hindi, kasi that's how we were taught since we were small. Diba? You should do good, you should not be bad. So siguro I've always had that fear. And then, alam ko rin talaga na masama. Yun, masama magdakaw. If it's not yours, you're not supposed to get it and enjoy it. As a public servant, I am liable. Nakapirma ako doon. I am liable based on the laws of the land. Pag may nangyari sa pera, pag nahuli ako, o di may parusa sa akin kasi ako accountable doon eh. Ako yung makukulong. If I am not honest, ananakawan ko itong mga taong pinagsisilbihan ko.
So kung hindi po biro yung pagiging barangay captain, why do you continue to serve the people? Ano po ba yung fulfillment na inyo pong nakakuha sa inyo pong ginagawa?
If I do well, I know I did well. Miski sabihin mo sa akin o hindi, ay alam ko na tama yung ginawa ko, nakabuti. Ang importante doon is yung I know I did right, I know I did well, and it's very fulfilling kasi I was given that opportunity. I was given that capacity or the talent or the skill to solve an issue, to remedy a situation, to make things better. Aside from it being very fulfilling, I'd like to think that it's also pleasing to God's eyes. I'm happy.
Kakaiba yung mindset mo doon, Cap. Now that we're talking about your relationship with the Lord, nasasabi niyo po ba na yung takot at tiwala ninyo sa Diyos played a role in your work as kapitana?
When we started, di ba wala na akong balak talaga magkapitan eh. So I had very little dreams. very little plans. Yung parang bang I was just going to follow the footsteps or the mold of the previous administrations na wala masyadong ginagawa. Parang okay ka lang. Parang bang okay lang. Nandun lang ang barangay. Bababa ang tingin ng tao na wala masyadong silbi. Projects started to pour in na bigla ako nagkaroon ng isang malaking magandang barangay. So all these things, I cannot claim to be of my own doing. Or yung parang sa galing ko. Hindi. Yung parang bang, this is the location of our barangay. We are a very blessed area because things miraculously happen with changes that we have been able to, physical changes that we have been able to do in our barangay, the amount and quality of services that we were able to give to our constituents, I attribute it to God's help. Yun, kaya siguro, ayun, ang feeling ko is that God has planned for me to become Kapitana in our barangay decades ago. Kaya ako lumipat dito, kaya yung bahay namin na hindi sa exact location na ito. And then that's why I had to go through yung different jobs ko. Pagdating dito, ang bilis. So, yun.
Kakaiba talaga si Lord magplano. Kap, talagang
Yes.
niya for that role. Paano niyo po sa tingin binago kayo ni God?
Ito yung trabaho ko sa barangay kasi it's really made me feel His presence kasi mga bagay na hindi ko pinangarap nangyari, magaganda, talagang na-manifest that He is there in these 5 years.
And then meron pa dito, Kap, na nakalagay, no? Yung poon ng Santo Niño sa may barangay. What's the story behind it?
Merong Santo Niño doon na nang doon siya, mas maraming magandang nangyari sa barangay namin. So now, every morning when I go to the barangay hall, I pass by the Santo Niño and say a prayer. Basta tuwing umaga yan. And then whenever we have visitors, guests, ituturo namin parati Santo Niño na, alam nyo, yan, miraculous siyang Santo Niño kasi lahat ng magagandang bagay nangyayari dito sa barangay namin.
Talagang iba po yung inyong pagpapakumbaba dahil sa dinabi-dami po ng inyong achievement and accomplishment, hindi lang po sa pagiging barangay captain, pero kahit po sa mga dati niyo po naging trabaho, still, nananatili po kayo mapagkumbaba at nakakabilib po yung inyong pananalig sa Diyos. Kung meron po kayong maipapayo or mensahe sa mga nag-aasam po na pumasok sa politika, magbigay ng serbisyo publiko, what short message will you give them?
Serve with your heart and not with any ulterior motive. Not with the aspirations to have to put something additional in your pocket. Serve with your heart, fear the Lord. Kasi kapwa mo tao yan eh.
Mm-hmm.
Yun, and we are just here. The position is being given to us because they know that we can do something, we can change something. Pag hindi mo pa ginawa yun, sayang na.
Thank you so much, Kap Cesan. Maraming salamat po sa pagbabahagi ninyo sa amin ng inyong kakaibang kwento. Tunay naman po talagang nakaka-inspire and I'm sure marami po sa mga viewers natin ang na-inspire din sa inyo pong kwento.
Thank you, dear Sweden. Thank you, and for this opportunity, and you stay well. Thank you.
Kahusayan, katapatan, malasakit, serbisyong totoo, may puso at may ngiti sa labi. Yan ang kakaibang serbisyo ni Kapitana Cesan Lee. Ang kanyang kwento ay isang patunay that God calls each one of us to serve Him by serving others. And when we accept and respond to God's call, it gives us the opportunity to receive His grace and blessings, so we can live the best way possible. Ako po si Sweden Velado Ramirez. Salamat at magkita-kita tayo sa susunod na episode ng Kakaiba Ka.
kakaiba ka.
Nagustuhan mo ba ang kakaibang kwento natin ngayon? Kung gusto mo pang makarinig ng kakaibang mga kwento, press that like and subscribe button now. Also, don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page and share this with your friends to help spread the good vibes. Malay mo, ma-inspire din sila sa mga kakaibang kwento na kakaiba ka.